Hi, this is Eddie again, and I'm going over all the gear that I brought on my Gap C&O ride, bike packing. I wore sneakers. I have found that sandals are just going to be too much dust, and you want something cool that you know you didn't get all messed up during the day to change into at night. So that was the way to go. I rode flats. Definitely want to have a good pair of cycling gloves. Good pair of sunglasses, although I would have thought those are darker lenses. I kind of wish that I would have had ambers because you're going in and out of the shade a lot. Helmet I wore about 5% of the time. The rest of the time I wore my hat to keep the sun off me, and it was much cooler. In my pocket at all times was cash, credit cards, and some cheaters, and Kleenex. Very important, Kleenex, because not all the porta potties are fully equipped, if you get my drift, and it came in handy more than once. So definitely want to bring that. Now, I did not get everything on my bike. I had an angel that rode with me who had a bob trailer, and so he took my chair, which I would absolutely bring again. This is a backpacking type chair. It's light and it has a back on it, not a stool. I have a stool. You want a chair with a back on it. This is key. In here is my my cooking gear. So all this fits in. Here's the nozzle, lighter. I had matches in my other thing just in case to hold the pot. All that fits in there. Make sure you got a good full can. I did a week-long trip and it was fine. All right, oatmeal, which I have left over. I found out I can have one of these in the morning. Two is just way too much. Kind bars. I ate these like crazy. This is all I have left from a week. Maybe there's two more floating around somewhere, but basically I made sure my bike had it right there in front of me in the cockpit. Kind bars every day. So I probably brought too many of these. I had 4 Mountain House meals, which would have been worked out great, except for I ate one when I shouldn't have ate one, so I was one off from my riding buddy. But he took all this stuff on his bob trailer, so in my reconfiguration of all this, I got to find a way to get all this stuff on the bike, because there's really, other than a little bit of oatmeal, there's nothing here that I would not take on my next adventure. So we're going to move down to here. My incidental bag, waterproof jacket and pants definitely came in handy. Camp towel came in handy. This little thing is a head net. We didn't run into bugs too bad, except for a little bit in the morning in the trail, and I did wear it, which caused Larry to laugh a lot. And then this is a buff, which definitely goes with wearing the helmet and just keeping the sweat off you. Doesn't take up much space, doesn't take up much weight, and I would definitely bring that. Good bike oil, definitely want to have that with you. This solar charger, the solar portion of it is more theoretical than actual. It takes like 4 or 5 days or something, 3 days to really charge it by the sun. So I didn't even bother putting it on the outside of the bike. But as a battery, it holds like about 4 cell phone charges. So I never had an issue with cell phone, and actually it's got a little light on it somehow. Extra Kleenex, which we talked about. These were straps that came with the bag that I just kind of left in there. You can take this bag off and use it as like a pouch to bring with you. There's actually a billfold type thing in here that some people will use that tears out if you just want to bring that with you as a use it as a carry-all thing or something. Paper towel, This is all I have left. I took a good part of a roll and just rolled it all up. I definitely use this and would replenish that and bring it again. This is a cheap poncho that you get for like $1. I used this a bunch of times. I spread it over the bike and all my stuff at night before I went to bed, and then in the morning I would just shake it off, and so there was no dew on my stuff. This was this was good. Even my very experienced cycling buddy told me that. And baby wipes. Definitely these things can come in handy. So everything here I would absolutely do again. So then moving on, we have my tent. I fit everything here in this bag, which went on the front of the bike. It's an Alps tent, one-person tent. It's got a vestibule, which is nice because you got a little area to put your shoes and your clothes and stuff that are just outside the tent, easy to reach, and they don't get dewed on. Got a bunch of stuff through, you know, Amazon, REI. This blow-up pillow, an experienced bike packer turned me on to this. Folds up to nothing and was actually very comfortable and soft. We like soft. I elected to use a down blanket as opposed to a down sleeping bag, and that worked out great for me. Temperatures didn't get below 65 at night, so that wasn't an issue. A Thermarest mattress worked great. Only issues with these is if you blow them up too much, they're stiff as a board, and they make a lot of noise when you roll over and stuff, so everybody else in the campsite knows that you just rolled over. So there's my tent, my stakes. This I can just roll right up with the rain fly, everything, and it's in one complete package, so that works out great. Straps and bungees, because I got too much stuff and I was packing it on, so definitely bring those. Helmet, if I rode in the summer again, I would skip it. It was just, after the first day, it was a pain in the neck. Sandals, definitely want to bring. They're comfortable and waterproof, so when it rained, I was glad I was wearing these, so I didn't have to worry about wet shoes. My shoes were in a dry bag. These are the toiletries that I bought. This isn't my toothbrush that I use for my teeth. That's right here. So Band-Aids in case I needed them. Definitely need this. I am now a huge fan of Gold Bond medicated powder. If you're planning on doing a bike packing adventure, put it on before you get in the car to drive to the trailhead, and then every morning and every night, and you will avoid some problems. Butt butter. There was 2. I didn't need any. My riding buddy brought 2, and I gave him one of mine. So the chamois butter is something you definitely want to bring. Emergency TP, some things for teeth care. I originally brought a razor that was more like tweezers, so I had to go and buy some more razors, and I just didn't want to throw out the other 3 because I had to buy 4. Aspirin and Tylenol, or whatever your pain reliever of choice is, definitely bring a few of those. Camp suds. I use this for everything. It's biodegradable. This was for my showers, but this was for, you know, cleaning up anything, dishes, whatever. Definitely a great thing to bring here, this little thing. There's all my soaps. So this toothbrush here kind of goes more with, I had it in my other bag because it's longer, but this more goes with bike maintenance. Pretty much stayed on top of cleaning all the gunk off the chain and the, you know, and the gears and the rollers and all that. Clean bike, happy bike. Here is emergency CO2, tire changing stuff in case I get a flat. I did not run tubeless, which I think I would do next time, but I would still bring this stuff probably, or a portion of it, just because
I'm bringing an extra tube. Stuff to charge my phone, whether I'm in a car, which I was, coming back, and a lot of places have places to hook up your electronics. So I was able to keep everything charged there. Bike pump, definitely bring that. This is a tiny little, it crunches down tiny, but it actually holds a good amount of gear, is a backpack. And I did use this a couple times, and I think I would again. Just if I had to get emergency water or something. I wouldn't want to ride all day with something on my back, but if I needed to go someplace, it's really light and it's waterproof, so that works out good. Here we have plastic bags. Definitely bring a few of these. They come in handy. And DEET, I didn't use it much, but my riding buddy borrowed it a couple times because we did get a few bugs. Flask, I like to have a drink at the end of my ride, but I would not bring this again. Once we drank it all, which was like the first night, I basically carried around an empty flask for the rest of the ride. Multi-sport knife thing, use this all the time. The one that came in the cooking kit just didn't hold up to this one. This one's nice and sturdy. An extra strap. I'm like, I don't want to bring too many of them, but I never use this one. But straps don't weigh much, and when you need them, you're glad you have them. Waterproof dry bag. This worked great to put stuff in. I could carry it on the outside of the bike and not have to worry. Here we have a hat, some long sweat type things that are pretty lightweight. I didn't know if it was going to get cool at night, which it was quite the opposite. This is I don't know what it is, just a lightweight long shirt. So if I needed to layer, I could layer with stuff. This I would bring on a cold, if it was going to be colder, if it was going to be hot again, this could all stay home. Bike shorts. I got a good pair of bike shorts, and then at the last minute I took a pair of bike shorts out and I bring on my tri shorts. Tri shorts were an epic fail. I ended up getting a blister just on my leg, but so it wasn't real serious. But I would definitely make sure I had at least 2 pairs of good quality bike shorts that you've already ridden a long distance in. Brought a couple pairs of underwear, 3 shirts. That worked out just about right there. Actually 4 if you count my bike jersey. You want to have something clean that you only wear when you're clean. So when you go out to get a burger or something at night, you're not all funky and stinky, because people definitely will treat you differently when you're on the trail. My knee brace, I had some ACL surgery. This I would not bring again. It was just too hot and a pain in the neck, and it didn't help me that much. Cigars, we smoke those all the time and absolutely bring them again. Shorts, I had another pair also of like gym shorts, but I would switch these up and have a couple pairs of nice looking shorts that I would go with being clean all the time to wear out at night, so you can be comfortable. I brought, these are like workout shorts. Would not bring those again. I brought a swimsuit. There was no place for us to do that, and so those 2 would stay home. A couple pairs of socks. I think socks don't take up much space, so if I brought another pair, it wouldn't be a big deal. And we talked about that. As far as keeping stuff clean, and a lot of places had laundry, and I would either utilize their laundry, and once I just bring the camp soap into the shower and washed all my clothes in there. I did that actually a couple times, and then just hung them out to dry and wore something different the next day. But all this clothes fit in this bag here, which went on the back of the bike. So
It was packed in there pretty good, so I would make some adjustments. I found that rolling the clothes was a good way to do it, so when you're looking in, you can kind of see what you're going after. And that's about it. We'll be making some changes in the next round. Thanks, everybody.